YouTube, how the fuck you doing? Nadeshot back here with another streaking video. There's gonna be two of these today, so it's gonna be on Summit, and then I think we're going to WMD. These were played one right after the other consecutively. Right after that, Havana and Firing Range. I'm just splitting them up different days, you know, because there's so much content. But here's a little tip for free for all. As you can see, when I spawned, I jumped back to this back corner. And I made sure that I was holding this back position just because that's one of the major spawns on this map. So the first thing I tried to do was get my UAV. And I want to block that spawn so that I can't get killed from behind. And then when I get those couple kills, I'll push up and allow more people to spawn there and basically get a couple free kills. That's just one spawn in this map, which will help you be successful on certain things. And you can see that I'm pacing back and forth just because I know someone's going to spawn there almost every single time, and it's basically a free kill. So, and here's where I make a mistake. I chase the guy in a Blackbird, and the guy gets me with the Claymore, but no biggie, because this is free for all. Anything can happen, and you can just bounce right back. Now that you see that I spawned on the other side of the map, for the most part, I'm going to be playing the spawns on this side. I always try to stay in one portion of the map until I die or get killed, just because it's easier to control the spawns that way. On bigger maps, yeah, you can get away with running around and things like that, but the one thing you want to try to do is just control the spawns. You don't have to be like an all-knowing person to know the spawns for maps like these. You just got to pay attention to where people are on your radar and kind of predict where that open area is where they'll spawn, because Treyarch has said many times that their spawns are based on positioning on the map. Like, they're not random, it's a calculated statistical spawn. So you can basically tell where someone's gonna be if there's an open area on that map. And then here I ran out of ammo on my FAMAS, and I don't even know what this gun is, but whoever would put an ACOG scope on this is not a good idea. Maybe I'll do an episode of who uses that gun with this thing, because it actually wasn't terrible, but it wasn't consistent at all. Like, I had to burst it, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Here you see I get my dogs, and as soon as you get your dogs, it's basically over. You guys just won free for all. So congrats to you if you ever get dogs, because that's an auto win. That's why my favorite my favorite kill streaks for free for all, whether I'm trying or not, is UAV, Blackbird, dogs, because once you get that Blackbird, you know that you're doing something right, and it's gonna turn out well for you, because you'll know where every single person is on that map. And if you're still having a hard time getting those last few kills for dogs, just try and take your time and be patient. I think that's the #1 thing people forget about, is you have a good amount of time to do your thing and get those kills. So don't rush it and get a careless death and not get those dogs. I died there at the end, but oh well. Here we're gonna go into WMD. That I won 30-2 that game, I think. WMD. I'm starting off. I died once, so I think I'm 2-1 right now, but I don't die after this point. As you guys can see, as soon as I spawned, I pushed to one section of the map just so that I know I can control the spawns and not get shot from behind. That's just like the #1 thing that people forget about, is just there's no need to run through the middle of the map. There's no need to run around the map when you can just sit on this side like a boss and control where you want people to be at all times. It's like the #1 thing for free for all. If you're struggling in free for all, it's like the only tip I can give you is just stick to that one side. It's not camping if you're running around and controlling like half the map. Camping would be like me, like camping, just popping down one of these corners and waiting for someone to run by. As you can see, that's not the case. I'm making moves. I'm going to them. I got my Blackbird, and you guys know what that means. It's an auto win. It's you get those dogs, and it's over. That's basically all the free-for-all tips I can give you for today. I think later today, I have school in about an hour, and then I'm going to work from 4 to 10:30, and then I'm gonna come home. I think I'm gonna do some pub stomping. I'm gonna go in maybe a ground war and see how high I can get my KD, and that'll upload that. If I can go like 103, 105, that'd be sweet. But sometimes it's hard to do if you're not playing with the right people or you're just getting unlucky against the other team. We'll see what happens. If I don't have class tomorrow because it's like a teachers institute day, so I'll definitely be playing some pubs tonight. I'm gonna switch off days using a sniper because, as you guys know, I have to switch my sensitivity between 10 and 3, and sometimes it's hard to adjust when you're going up to that 10 right away. But I'll definitely be sniping whether it be tonight or tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But this one's about to wrap up. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'm just gonna keep bringing these to you. For anyone that says that the only reason I subscribed to your channel was for sniping, I would hope that's not the case, but if it is, I'm sorry. I will be putting out sniper content like every other day, but not everything's going to be sniping. I'm a versatile player, and I like to do everything that I can, give you guys tips, use red guns, snipe, whatever. But thanks for watching YouTube. We'll see you fucking later.